Yo guys, this is Shadow here. Welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. Still no update. Bummer. But what can you do? Right, today I've planned two things. For one, I want to see if I can do something to increase our solar power, but it's probably not really gonna work since, yeah, the sun is right behind the planet, if I see it correctly. You can see there the little sunspot on the moon, which means the sun is somewhere right behind there. And I think soon enough it will come out of its hiding place, but I still think we need to add some more solar panels, just in case. You know, in a different orientation, essentially. So that it can tank some more energy during the day and hopefully make it at least through most of the night. So that's what we're gonna do first, and then after that, after we manage to get some more solar panels online, I will do something different. I have now enabled scripting in this world. In-game scripts can now be run in this world, which means we will be running a script on this ship. Mainly, I think we're gonna run automated LCDs, which will tell us interesting stats about cargo hold and stuff like that, you know? So that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I'll have to check if it works properly already, or if I have to do something else. But yeah, let me just add these two solar panels here. We need lots of things. Hold on, construction components, girders. What else do we need? I think computers and bulletproof glass. Where are the computers and bulletproof glass? There we go. Let's try to add that on. And as soon as the sun will come out from behind the planet, at least these guys will be catching some sunlight, you know. Although it looks like at least these guys, for some reason, they're getting the sun, right? Oh yeah, look, even though the sun is behind the planet, they're getting all pretty much full bars here. Okay, that's cool. Okay, I think that has solved the first problem, which was the constant power cuts, which were right here. Oh,
Energy low.
Yeah, okay, might have not worked that well. Yeah, our power output is like insane, apparently. Okay. We might need more freaking solar panels. Okay, let's add two more. Two more solar panels. Maybe that will help. You never know. But yeah, this is difficult, of course. This is very difficult. Oh, unable to place? What? There we go. Also, as far as I have seen, there hasn't been any new update about the update. Although, well, one thing I've seen is they call it... oh, I forgot the name again. Something like the Future... Space Engineers Future Update and DLC, I think. So it is coupled with a DLC again. And I know that makes some people angry. But we'll see. Maybe it is quite acceptable. I always say, you know, wait until all the facts are out before to judge, but I can understand because, you know, some people are just thinking, hey, we already bought the game, please just give us all the cool blocks and don't lock them behind paywalls. I can understand that very well. Okay, so two more solar panels. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting... might have been enough. Before there was a red thingy here, which means we ran out of power. It looks like we just have enough. Barely. Which is a good indicator of how much power we'll be needing to even power this ship. I mean, we haven't even put in, like, thrusters and stuff like that, so... ha! Yeah. Oh! I think there was a quick...
low.
Either my brain just gave up for a second, or there was a quick blink in here. Not quite sure. Okay, anyway, now, since we have at least semi-stable power, which we might need to even put more stuff on. We'll see. We will be adding a programmable block, which we cannot add right now because we don't have enough thingamajigs. Steel plates. Right. Also, our energy is draining quickly. Let's just get enough steel plates, shall we? 30 should be enough. 10 of that. 10 of that. Then large. Yeah, okay, I think I got this. Large displays, computers. I think that should be pretty much all of that. Yes, okay. Now let me grab this real quick. Bit of energy, a bit of the juice for a spacesuit. There we go. And then let's see if I can still remember how this script works. It's a bit annoying. Maybe I have to open up a wiki page next to it, on my second screen, because there's a bunch of different commands that you can use. Okay, let's place this down. There we go. Now, let's open this bad boy up. Now we go into edits. And we're gonna browse the script, and I have 3 scripts here actually that I use regularly, and we're gonna check the automatic LCDs too. And there's actually the guide. Can I copy that? No, I can't. Oh, darn. Okay. Copy to editor, or maybe I can copy it out from here. Hold on. Maybe probably not. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, that should work. Okay, now we're gonna say okay. Oh, I think we have to do check code before we do anything, right? Just to see if it copied it correctly. Compilation successful. Very good. So, I think we can just run it. And now, the way the script works, basically you just have to run it on a programmable block, and then on the same grid you can choose, I think. In multiplayer, it's only the LCD panels. It said, I think in single player, you can also use these, the station monitors and stuff like that. Basically, you add a certain thingamajig. I think you have to put this to text, and then in in custom data, you add a certain string, a certain text to tell the programmable block what he's supposed to display on this. And because it's quite complicated what you need to type in, I'm gonna actually really quickly open up the guide, and then we'll see. Alright, I just realized I probably need a second LCD screen because we need to have several displays for hydrogen and oxygen tanks. Well, we're gonna try it anyway. So the way this is gonna work, I think I have to type in tanks, and then this, the star, which means all, and then hydrogen. I think something like that. Or maybe that was wrong. Does it need a space in between? No. Oh, I think I have to rename the LCD screen. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Let me go through this setup properly. So first, you load the script into a programmable block, and then build an LCD panel, and then add let's just call this something. This is gonna be called gas storage LCD. And then in these not the curled brackets, what are these called? Just the straight brackets? The square brackets? You type LCD. I think it needs to be capitalized. LCD, just like that, and then close square bracket. Oh, there we go. See, it already. Yeah, cool. Very cool. Okay, that's how it works. So yeah, you have to basically tell the script which LCDs are okay to write on, so to speak. Okay, cool. Very cool. That already worked. It's a bit of a waste when it comes to the screen size. Now I just realized I probably could fit that on small LCDs, you know? Like corner LCD, or not necessarily corner LCDs, but something like this. Probably could fit that on there as well. Right? What you reckon? Let me just, let me try that real quick. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna just take that apart to weld this. Come on. Whoops, it's gone. Oh well. Okay, so these two also have to rename a lot of blocks afterwards. I just realized. Jesus Christ. I have quite a messy situation here. But yeah, okay. So we got the LCD. This one. So this is going to be gas storage. And then let's just call it oxygen. And then LCD. And then the same thing is going to be here. And this is going to be the hydrogen LCD. Okay. So now we set this up with custom tanks, star, space, oxygen. There we go. And then this one is gonna be tanks, star, space, hydrogen. Now I have to see if I can play a little bit with the scaling here with the font size. Oh, okay. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. That is cool. So we can store 2.3 ml? Is that megaliters? Million liters? What does that mean? Okay. Oh yeah, let me, what was our, gas, hold on, let me search. Gas storage, what was our font size here? 4.362. Yeah, that's fine. And then hydrogen, 3.9 million liters. Okay, cool. That's how automatic LCDs work. It's such a great script. I love it. And you can have so many freaking commands there. You know, for power, for cargo storage, which we're gonna install over yonder on the next one. Also for things like if there's damaged blocks on your ship, it can display those. You know, like I'm not quite sure how it displays it, but it says something like 7 blocks damage and then lists them all. It is quite cool. It's a great script. So if you want to get a script, this is an easy one to start with. Just copy it in and just start renaming things, supplying it with the arguments, and boom, you got yourself not only a much more professional looking environment with these cool displays, but also one that updates like on the go. You know, it's not just decoration, it actually has a function, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, okay. So before I start designing the next room, which will be the cargo storage, which will spill over into the higher tiers with its big cargo containers, I'm gonna real quick stop the recording, and I'm gonna do a lot of renaming here, but I'm gonna do this off camera because it's annoying, I know. Okay, so I cleaned up all the things, all the names, everything, and I'm happy to inform you that I only died 3 times while doing this. Yeah, I was a bit clumsy while flying around inside the ship trying to check on different things. Yeah, I died a lot. Okay, so let's us set up the next room, or at least the basics of that room so far. So we have the wall up until here on the other side, so we're gonna do the same. And yeah, we still have power issues at the moment with the power grid on the ship. It's kind of annoying at the moment, but it's not much I can do about it. However, that means I kind of want to get to some sort of power, not a reactor, but some sort of power generation on the ship itself. So, you know, kind of like solar panels or something like that. I want to put some solar panels somewhere. The question is where. I could, for example, put like a rotor here and here, and then have some solar panels in the middle, and then just angle them in a way that they go like diagonally down here, because that would look really cool. I'm not sure I want to tempt Clang in that way, but you know, it would look cool, which is most of the time that's exactly the problem with Clang. It looks good, therefore let's do it. Therefore risk blowing up the ship, right? That's how it goes. Okay, so let us do the outline for now, or the floor, whatever you want to call it, by whatever name you want to designate it, but we're gonna do this bit right now. And again, I have to kind of check how I'm actually gonna achieve it, but I want to have large cargo containers in the cargo section, kind of obviously. Oh yeah, well, I mean, to build a cargo room with only small and cargo containers is gonna be a bit annoying, so let's have a few big ones. The problem with those, of course, is they penetrate up into the maintenance layer, and I'm not sure how that's gonna go, really. So we have to kind of make it up as we go along here. But I think we should be able to do it, because technically it's gonna look exactly the same. Yeah, you can still see the power fluctuating back there. You can still kind of do it in the same manner as we did with the tanks that then had conveyors on top of them, essentially. It's the same principle. So we should be able to get away with that for the most part. We'll see. Maybe it's going to be a little bit different. I don't know yet, but it's going to be fine. We're going to figure something out. There we go. And I think I'm going to start welding it a little bit, you know, so we just have the outline of it welded. And it's really crazy. I have, maybe I'm paranoid, but I really feel like every time I play this world, it's getting slower and more laggy, which would make sense. There's a lot more blocks in it every time, but still, it's that's kind of scary if you think about it. Also, let me make about 1,000 motors. We need a bit more of those. Yeah, I mean, just now we placed probably over 100 blocks or something. I didn't count, but I could imagine. So yeah. So we gonna have a few, like, big cargo containers, maybe even a few small ones, you know, like the big vaults, and then we have a few private vaults with small cargo containers in it, something like that. And then we'll have a main office with an LCD that is gonna run automatic LCD display with the current amount of used cargo or something like that. Maybe we can even find a bit more information to display, but that's gonna be the basic information that we're gonna run with. So yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. Maybe I'm even gonna use some more of these LCD screens all over the ship, because there is a bunch of things. Oh yeah, one of the coolest actually, especially for big ships like that. There's apparently an option for automatic LCD that you can put a calculation or a estimation on a LCD screen that tells you how much time you have to calculate in and how much distance you have to have before you go from your current speed to 0. That's super interesting. Because, you know, if you remember back when I was flying around with the miner, when I had to be like, oh yeah, we're about 2.5 kilometers away, I think I'm gonna hit the brakes now. That's essentially what that script then does. Well, it's also the same script, the automatic LCD script, but it does this calculation, kinda, where it tells you, yeah, if the current speed, if you now slam on the brakes, you will have to you basically will cross 2 kilometers before you come to an absolute standstill. And that is super important information in the cockpit, you know, if you're flying around. So that's something I might put in here, potentially. And then there's a bunch of more stuff. You know, there's also things that maybe I'm just gonna put in for decoration purposes. Maybe I don't even need those things, but I think stuff like that makes your ship a little bit more alive, a little bit more real, you know? Because just having some random LCD screens that display random static information, I mean, it helps with the looks of things, but it's not really usable, isn't it? But with that automatic LCD script, you're actually getting usable LCDs that make sense. I wouldn't be surprised if at one point this functionality is going to be just in the game, you know? They're just going to say, yeah, that's a cool mod, we want that in the game. I'm not sure how they would implement it, because the way the script implements it, it's actually kind of clever. Well, you could probably... Well, to be honest, you could probably just have like a drop down in the configuration of the LCD screens where you could select like a predefined script. Oh, well, basically they could just add it to the predefined scripts, more or less. But, well, probably it's not even that difficult now that I'm thinking of it. But yeah, you know. It is... I don't know. I have no idea if they ever want to put in these kind of scripts. It's sometimes a bit hard to ascertain what is important to put in and what not. I mean, Keen does a lot of these surveys where people should tell them what they think is more important. And the opinions there are interesting most of the time. There's people... I always see like 3 factions of people, essentially. The first faction is basically the fix the multiplayer so that it is really stable and it's not slowing down anything and that you can really have fun multiplayer. You know, basically this means upgrade the things technically, make sure there's no bugs, stuff like that. And the second faction is the guys who want more, well, more blocks, more decorative blocks. I mean, I am kind of part of that, because let's be honest, it really pisses me off that there are blocks in here, stuff like that, where there exists no little corner block to it. So if I place one of these, like so, and then another one like so, there's no like tiny little corner block to connect them, and that pisses me off. So there's people like that. And then the third faction, more or less, is the people that say more survival content, you know. Subsection of that is, of course, AI and NCPs. However, is that really realistic? I don't know. Well, if I look in the Empyrean, it is, but I think I did this a few times already. I tried to compare this to Empyrean, and it's difficult. I actually have to go and get a look at Empyrean again, because my god, there have been a lot of updates for that game. And regular too. It's like insane. I mean, I remember the last time I was in that game, I had to look everything up on a wiki, and now basically they have a fully fledged, crazy big tutorial in it. Oh man. I'm also playing Satisfactory right now, which is kind of like, well, kind of like Space Engineers. Yeah, not really, but for me it falls into the same kind of niche of a game. It's like a game where I build big, crazy things. Big, crazy builder games, that's what I would call it. If I would have to make a Steam tag, that's what I would go for. Big, crazy building games. But yeah, that's pretty fun too, Satisfactory, I have to say. It's pretty fun. What really annoys me about Satisfactory is that apparently the worlds are not procedurally generated, and in a game like this, I really like the procedurally generated stuff, because every time I start a new game, it gives me a new challenge. However, to be fair, I haven't played enough Satisfactory to really know if I would be starting 100 different games, just like in Space Engineers, or if I'm just gonna run one game for a pretty long, you know, for a very long time. And then obviously a pre-crafted world with certain challenges will totally be fine if you just run like one game. And there's like 4 or 5 different worlds. I don't know. Well, you know, that was a lot of rambling from my part. You know, sometimes I'm feeling like doing montages, sometimes I just want to ramble a little bit and get things off my chest. You know how it is. Okay, so there we go. Another part of the lower ring completed. And next time we're gonna probably put in the walls and then try to figure out where the cargo containers are gonna go. And then I think that will at least take like 2 episodes to build that. We'll see. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Hold on. Don't I normally... Normally I wanted to do the... You know, a few episodes ago I kind of like started to do this little cute little animation thing, and then I completely forgot it again. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Take care.